Welcome to another entry in the Review Advent Calendar 2022. This time around, I'm going to review IDOLiSH7's The POLiCY. This is a suggestion by Aki. So let's dive into this song that I haven't heard in a long time. Oh, I already remember this song. This is going to have a really awesome summer vibe that you can tell already by the intro synth tabs. But let's dive into this song a little bit better. Really interesting bit is that the song starts big with those synth stabs. Boom, 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 boom. Of course, modded to sound a bit higher, although really bassy. But when you get to the verse, everything goes away and then you are in a really... It sounds like it is an empty soundscape, however it is rather warm and cozy. And you get to have a bit more of intimacy in this performance. The performers are a little bit closer to you. There's not really much in the background distracting you, so the focus is all on the voice. Notice that a build up on the drums. That's a drum fill. It happens midway through the song, which is not common to happen, but it really finds its way into this song and works, which is surprising, but it works and it helps build up tension for every member that joins in the performance. The big stabs. Tan, tan, tan. That's a lot of bass on that part from the synths alone. Where is the chorus? It's not there. And now it's the chorus. It was teasing you a chorus a couple of seconds ago, but it was not the chorus. It was teasing you and leading you to the pre-chorus. And now you get the chorus. This song is all about good vibes. That's how I can resume this song in a couple of words. It's all about the good vibes. You have a time in which you are preparing the setting for this song. You are building up the tension slowly. You have a hint that you're going to get a chorus, but you do not get a chorus. You get a pre-chorus. And usually IDOLiSH7 do not have fancy pre-choruses in their songs, so it is really a nice touch to have a pre-chorus in here. And of course then you have an explosion of color, of temperature. You have everything in here. The song gets really colorful as you get to the chorus, and it is really warm, really cozy, really a good song that gives you that feel-good vibe that you can sit back and relax and listen to this song time and time again, that it will always put a smile on your face. It's not a song to make you think. On the contrary, it's a song to make you relax and have fun. Mindless fun. And it's really awesome, and it shows a bit how much the group has grown over the years. If this song had been released early on in their career, this would be a happy-go-lucky song and not as contained or mature in its approach as it is in this performance right now. Notice how Kensho Ono is really going for those high notes in the background as the rest of the group is performing in a unison. So he does have the spotlight twice. However, the first time that he gets the spotlight, it's not noticeable, or at least it's not traditional to have the spotlight. So as the whole group is in a unison, he is in the background performing high notes. What does stand out to you the most? The unison, that it's basically one voice in perfect harmony, or that one voice that goes away and stands out in the middle of the harmony? Of course, it's the voice that stands out in the middle of the harmony. So Kensho Ono does stand out in that part as Riku. And then, after that unison wraps up really smoothly, it takes over and leads the way and goes to the front. That's the second time that he gets the spotlight. It's really interesting how this was made, because you get the impression that everyone is in the spotlight, but it's not necessarily that. Kensho or Riku is always in the spotlight, no matter where he is put within the song, if it's in the background or at the front. Going to say this right here, Tsubasa Yonaga went through a really tough period in which his voice was not working at all because of dysphonia, and he was losing the ability to sing and sing well. So it was really, really heartwarming to listen to him performing the POLiCY with more power to his voice, not necessarily because his voice was edited, because it had to be edited in previous releases to sound like it had power and to sound like he was performing a bit higher, at least in volume. So this time around, to listen to him in the POLiCY performing with more power, with more vigor, and not sounding as edited as in previous performances is really heartwarming to see that he is actually overcoming something that was really damaging his career and was putting his voice on the line. So it is really, really awesome to see that he is overcoming that, and in here he's already sounding really, really well. Oh, KENN is always a treat to listen to. I remember that people were talking about how the POLiCY didn't fit the season. It was the opening track 2 or the opening theme 2. Actually, they were right. This is a really happy-go-lucky song in vibe that was featured as the opening theme for one of the darkest seasons in the franchise. It was kind of sarcastic in a way. I find it ironic. But really, it's really an awesome song, a really soft song, warm at its core. It isn't cheesy at all. I'm not really a big fan of the whoa, whoa, whoa repeating in the background usually for many of 2D songs, because it is a lazy element or a lazy thing to add to a song. But in here it works because it sounds almost like a song that you would perform at a festival. So it works, it makes sense, and even when you listen to the song, after all that build up, you actually want to sing along. So it is pertinent, the whoa whoa part within this song. While many more songs into the music usually do not care if it is pertinent or not, they just basically put the whoa whoa midway through. Hopefully no one notices that no one had lyrics to write to that song, or because they didn't want or didn't know what to do next with the composition. So in here it sounds pertinent. It's not cheesy at all, and I would be the first person to say cheesy. It would be cheesy if it was cheesy, because I'm not a fan of cheesy, bubbly, happy-go-lucky music, so I would say that right away. But this song really feels good. It's really kind of tropical, kind of summer festival type of song. It's a song that's actually, now, close to the winter, I want to listen to because it takes me to a time in which I'm not suffering from cold. And it's really, really fun. One thing that has changed a lot for IDOLiSH7 is their harmonies. They used to be a group that sounded a bit dysfunctional at first, and not many people were singing at the same quality level. So right now you do have a group that is performing all or mostly on the same quality level when it comes to their songs. And you notice that. You notice how much, for example, Yusuke Shirai has improved as a singer. You notice how much Kensho has been letting his true singing capabilities to the spotlight because Riku had to go through, I would say, a period of growth. So Kensho wasn't singing 100% well initially on purpose. Now he's singing 100% good on purpose, and it is sounding really well. Their harmonies are really, really good. For example, Toshiki Masuda didn't harmonize that well with the group when the group started, and now is really one and the same with the group. So you notice that there is a massive harmony right now, that you have everyone on the spotlight. You do have really warm performances delivered by all these 7 members, and it is quite impressive how much the group has grown and how much you can see their maturity as artists. Not necessarily because they are singing mature songs, but because they approach their performances in a quite more mature way, more deliberate, more... It's calmer the way they perform. They sing with the same emotion or the same passion, but not as rushed, because, well, they wanted to impress when they started, and they no longer have to put that extra effort. They just have to do what they do best, and they shine, as you can listen. Those cuts are really awesome. Boom. With the bass going backwards. It's really, really... or going with a pull. It's really, really awesome. A nice touch. Subtle, but enough to make you pay yet again attention to the song. When a song is really on the same note or has a really big chorus, you want to pull the attention of the listener back to the song, and you need to do something disruptive, but not necessarily something that wouldn't fit the song. And this bass pull or bass playing backwards is really an awesome touch. Subtle, but enough to grab the attention of the listener yet again for what awaits in the last couple of seconds. It also provides a dance break if this song is performed live, so that's yet another opportunity. These notes are way too good. Way too good. Really in the background, really subtle, really gentle, really sweet. I do like this. That's how the vocal progression for the verses usually is, and it works really well, but because you have times to accentuate certain words or to add certain flares to your performance. You can play around with your vocal range with that progression. Prepare for an explosion of color.
話そうよ夢何度変わろうと君の居場所変わらないものだって You are precious 抱え込む物事飛び込んでおいでありのままで笑っていたいんだ
When you sing along to the outro, I'm really with goosebumps. When you sing to the outro or along to the outro, you get that rush, that final rush, that excitement in the song. You get it all over your skin, and I can't help but to get goosebumps all over whenever I listen to this song and get to that outro, because that's a perfect build-up. It doesn't sound like a build-up, but it is the perfect build-up to let everything go, and you get to be with a massive grin on your face and goosebumps all over. This is how you do a really good pop song. And you do not need to be cheesy, you do not need to be heavy on the synths, you do not need to reuse the same sound over and over again, you do not need to have fan service lines midway through the song. It's simple, it works. It made sure to grab those emotions, run with those emotions until the end, that warmth, that love, that care, that unity, and you feel it until you go to the end. And how the whoa-whoa part is made, the unison, makes you want to sing along, and you will be singing along to this song when it gets to the outro, and what you get, it's really goosebumps all over. At least I do get, and whenever I listen to this song, although I hadn't listened to it for a long time, I do know that whenever I listen to this song, it's goosebumps all over, and that's a sign that the song is good. That's a sign that the song resonated with me. That's the sound. This is a song that has a feel-good vibe. So I do not have much to say because I really love this song. I do agree, it didn't feel right to have this song opening the third season, but it is a good song that serves a bit as irony in terms of the themes it has at its core. While it is rather bubbly, what you are talking about, what you are focusing on this song, even if it is unsaid, it is unity and care and teamwork, and you do have a lot of that in here, and in some way it summarizes the third season in a good way. While the tone may not sound correct, what is unsaid is correct and fits the season in which it was featured. So that's a slight detail that may have gone unnoticed to many people, and what they saw or what they heard at that time was that while this is a really bubbly song, so let's see the season, and the season is dark as hell, so why the mismatch? It's not necessarily a mismatch. If you dive a bit deeper into the POLiCY, you'll notice that this song is actually a summary of what is in that season, however, presented in the style of IDOLiSH7. It would be quite different if it was Trigger presenting that those ideas in song format, or even Zul, so, or Rivale. So you get the style of the group with the summary of the season. I do love this song a whole lot, so thank you, Aki, for the suggestion. Of course, IDOLiSH7, I always recommend their songs, especially if you like pop music. I'm going to say I'm not that big of a pop music fan, but I do enjoy when pop music is well done, and this is a case of pop music well done. It's not cheesy, it's not done over and over again. Of course, there are groups that sound a bit closer to IDOLiSH7, or IDOLiSH7 does sound close to other groups, but that's not necessarily copy-paste type of song. The vibe is completely different from what the group has been doing up until now. And what stands out the most, of course, is the vocals. The vocals are standing out for their quality, their unity, and their harmony. So that's a massive plus, especially if you enjoy good songs performed without any mistakes and in complete harmony. So you do have here a really awesome song to check. If you haven't checked it, I welcome you to do so. There's a link in the description, so do check the song if you can. And once again, thank you to Aki for the suggestion. And that's all for this review in the Review Advent Calendar 2022 video series. I welcome you to check tomorrow's entry for another awesome review with your suggestions. Thank you for watching, and see you guys soon.